So hello learner, once again I welcome on the class of hydraulic engineering. So I hope you all are safe and doing well. So in the previous discussion we have seen the turbulent Bondelier. In turbulent Bondelier I have written the expression of local drag when our Reynolds number lies between 5 into 10 to the power 5 to 10 to the power 7, and after that another expression of local drag when our Reynolds number lies between 10 to the power 7 to 10 to the power 9. Similarly, we have written the expression of average drag coefficient CD when our Reynolds number lies between 5 into 10 to the power 5 to 10 to the power 7, and another expression when our Reynolds number lies between 10 to the power 7 to 10 to the power 9. And after that we have written the expression of drag force, that is CD 1 by 2 rho u square A, where rho is the density, CD is the drag coefficient, and u is the velocity, A is the area, and Ft is the drag force. So this drag force is valid when our body is fully turbulent Bondelier. After that I have discussed when our when the flow is some parts laminar and some parts turbulent, then we have discussed how to compute the net drag. And today I am going to discuss about the Bondelier separation and what is the criteria for the velocity and pressure for the Bondelier separation, and after that how to control the Bondelier separation. So today I will discuss about the Bondelier separation. So the separation of Bondelier, when it will happen. So the Bondelier is formed when a solid body is immersed in a flowing fluid, and the velocity in the thin layer of fluid varies from 0 to free stream velocity, and the thickness of Bondelier increases along the length of the solid body. And when a fluid is adjacent to the solid body, it has to do work against the friction, and it will be recovered by the by providing the kinetic energy. But after certain time, what will happen due to loss of kinetic energy, a point will come when our body is separating, our fluid is separating from the solid body, and that point is called Bondelier. This phenomena is called Bondelier separation. So the first point on the Bondelier surface is the Bondelier is formed when a solid body is immersed in a flowing fluid, and the velocity in the thin layer of fluid varies from 0 to free stream velocity. As we know, the thickness of Bondelier increasing along the length of the solid body, and the fluid layer adjacent to the solid body surface has to do work against surface friction at the expense of its kinetic energy. As I told you, the fluid layer adjacent to the solid body surface has to do work against surface friction at the expense of its kinetic energy, and the loss of kinetic energy is recovered by momentum exchange process. But this phenomena is very short duration, and the velocity of fluid layer goes on decreasing due to the friction, and at a certain point on the solid body, a stage may come when the Bondelier may not be able to keep sticking to the solid body, and this happens when the fluid layer cannot provide kinetic energy to overcome the resistance offered by the solid body. This phenomena is called Bondelier separation. So the result in separation of Bondelier from the body surface, this phenomena is known as Bondelier separation. The point on the solid body at which the Bondelier is on the verge of separation from the surface is called point of separation, and this is the velocity diagram and the pressure diagram I have written. A point A where our velocity distribution is, varies from 0 to maximum velocity or free stream velocity u, and this will happen at point C. We can see that the Bondelier thickness is also increases as we increase the as we moving along the boundary surface. So this is the boundary layer thickness, and a point come uh, when due to loss of kinetic energy our velocity, it does not provide the sufficient kinetic energy, and due to the friction our fluid is separating from the solid body. This point we can see separation, this is also called separation point, and here the fluid is separated. We can see the velocity distribution. So this line is called streamline, separation streamline. This is the edge of boundary layer. We can see the boundary layer thickness is increasing along the solid body, and this is the pressure distribution. So we can write if del u by del y, if del u by del y at y is equal to 0 is greater than 0, or dp by dx is less than 0, flow will not separate. So this is the condition when flow will not separate, when our du by dy at y is equal to 0 is greater than 0, or pressure gradient dp by dx is less than 0, then flow will not separate. If du by dy at y is equal to 0 is equal to 0, or pressure is minimum. So this condition on the verge of separation, flow is on the verge of separation. And the third condition, if du by dy at y is equal to 0 less than 0, or dp by dx is greater than 0, then flow will separate. So these are the three conditions I have written. If du by dy at y is equal to 0 is greater than 0, or dp by dx is less than 0, flow will not separate. If du by dy at y is equal to 0 is exactly 0 and pressure is minimum, then flow is on the verge of separation. And if du by dy at y is equal to 0 less than 0, or dp by dx greater than 0, then flow will separate. So these are the three conditions when our flow will separate and when our flow will not separate, or flow is on the verge of separation. This is the method of how to control the separation. So motion of a solid boundary, by increasing the motion of a solid boundary, and the second is acceleration of the fluid in the boundary layer. Fluid के acceleration को ही बढ़ा दिया जाए, so acceleration of the fluid in the boundary layer. And the third one is streamlining of body shapes. Once you streamlining of the body shape, then friction will reduce, so we can control the separation and suction of the fluid from the boundary layer. These are the different points or different method to control the separation. Now the small topic I have left, that is boundary layer on the rough surface. So boundary layer on the rough surface, this is the K, let K is the average height of roughness. So a dimensionless quantity, dimensionless parameter, that is u star into K by nu. This is a dimensionless parameter where u star we have already seen, shear velocity, K is the average height of roughness, and nu is the kinematic viscosity. So this term is called dimensionless parameter u star k into nu. So if the value of if u star into k by nu is less than 5, then it will behave as a smooth. If the value of u star into k by nu lies between 5 to 70, then it is transition. And if u star into k by nu is greater than 70, then it will behave as a rough. So firstly plate will behave as a rough, then in transition and at the downstream it will behave as a hydrodynamically smooth. So this is the dimensionless parameter u star into k by nu, and the value of this dimensionless parameter is less than 5, then our plate is behave as a smooth. If the value lies between 5 to 70, then it will be in transition phase, and the value dimensionless parameter u star k by nu greater than 70, then it will behave as a rough. I told you that firstly plate will behave as a rough, then in transition and at the downstream it will behave as a hydrodynamically smooth.